In order to win in November, we are going to need a multi-generational, multi-racial campaign of energy and excitement that creates the highest voter turnout in American history. And that is a campaign that brings out millions of non-traditional voters of all races, including those who have given up on the political process and younger people who have never voted. And that is what our campaign is about. In the recent caucus in Iowa, where we won the popular vote by 6,000 votes, entrance polls suggested that the voter turnout for people under 29 was 33% higher than in 2016. And that is what we are going to have to do in November.
I spent 30 years building a business where I had to understand what it took to create growth, prosperity, and jobs. I can take on Mr. Trump, and every time he says the economy is growing, say, yeah, but all the money is going to rich people. Every time he says there's low unemployment, I can say, yeah, but you can't live on those jobs. $7.25 is an insult to working people. And every time he says the stock market's going up, I can say it is. You gave those companies a gigantic tax break, but most people don't own stocks. That's what I call the Mar-a-Lago economy.
I am in the fight because fighting is an act of patriotism. We fought against a king to build this country. We fought against the scourge of slavery to protect this union. We fought against a Great Depression to rebuild our economy. And we fought against the rise of fascism to protect our democracy. America is at its best when we see a problem and we fight back. This is no time for small ideas. This is no time to nibble around the edges of the big problems that our country faces. This is the time to meet these challenges head on, to address big problems with big structural change, and that's why I'm here.
As I've been saying for well over a year, we choose hope over fear, and I've been saying this for over a year. We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. And we choose compassion over cruelty. And maybe most importantly, we choose truth over lies. Over lies. Folks, we're the United States of America. Remember who in God's name we are. It's time for us to lift our heads up. There's not a damn thing we cannot do if we do it together. So let's get up and take back this country now.
What is missing with this president? He cannot put himself in the shoes of the people of Nevada, of the hardworking people, of the culinary workers, of our ranchers, of the people who work every single day just to help their family get by. He can't do that because he puts himself first. And I promise you this, I will restore that sacred trust between the president and the people of this country. Because if you are having trouble figuring out how you're going to stretch your paycheck to pay for your rent or your mortgage, I know you, and I will fight for you. If you can't figure out if you're going to pay for your child care for your kids or your long-term care for your parents, I know you, and I will fight for you. And if you can't figure out if you're going to fill your prescription for insulin or your refrigerator with food, I know you, and I will fight for you. This campaign is like no other. This is our nation's moment, and we cannot afford to shut people out, Nevada Democrats. We have to bring people with us. That is what I do. I have won every race, every place, every time.
Because we are ready to put the chaos behind us. We are ready to put the corruption behind us. Are you ready to put the tweets behind us? This is our chance. This is our only chance. You know, Mitch McConnell's GOP may have dominated the Senate that was the jury last week, but we are the jury now, and the verdict is up to us on this president and on those senators who protected him. This is our chance, and we had better get it right. We had better put forward a nominee who is prepared to go toe-to-toe with this president in rural, suburban, and urban communities. A nominee who is ready to challenge this president on his own terms. Wouldn't it be nice with a president who pretends to care about working people, but whose only economic promise kept was to cut taxes for corporations? Wouldn't you like to see him have to explain his economic policies standing next to a mayor from the industrial Midwest who actually lives in a middle-class neighborhood? Not a millionaire, but somebody ready to speak for working people and demand that we move toward an economy where one job is enough.